and build strength to change for the progress. If it is not impermanent, if it cannot be changed, then that why we should practice, why we should work hard. No? Because everything is momentary, changes. So we need to work hard for the progress. What is it now? Progression? No. To progress. It looks like the progress is both noun and verb.
Progress. Progress.
Progress is noun.
Progress.
What is that?
The noun.
What's verb?
Progress.
Same.
Accent on the first.
Oh.
Progress.
Progress is the noun.
No, it's the verb.
The verb. Progress. Verb. Then noun. Progress. Looks the spelling is same, isn't it? Only the pronunciation. Okay. So that's why I say English is you can read from the book. It's a kind of as a hearing transmission, you know. Yeah, whisper lineage in English, you know. So. So we not progress in the wrong way, you know. We should progress in the right way, which is based on wisdom, understanding on the cause and effect. Yeah. So that's as I'm mentioning that we build strength, hope, optimistic, you know, always joyful. Even we encounter problems or obstacles, suffering, you know, we always make effort towards that direction. It becomes, I think, very crucial, important. It is, you know. If we kind of lose strength of the mind, you know, so now there's no way I can do it, then there's no other choice. There cannot be progressed. So since everything's impermanent, momentary, we can change, we can work. When we work, that means we're creating cause. No. As long as we're creating cause, so sooner or later the result will be definitely there. Even you think it's very hard, not possible, it's inevitable. So even you see it's such a looks not possible at all. But if we build the strength and work, then things can happen. So that's why it's called anything can happen. Everything is possible. That means existence, samsara. Samsara sometimes called becoming existence. You see that? Existence. That existence means anything is possible. So since anything is possible, we should choose the right cause to make the things to make things possible. If we plant a different seed, sometimes result which we don't like, then the result will come without our choice. So that's the all phenomena. Likewise, all phenomenal appearances are impermanent and change in an instant. That changing. So by realizing impermanence this way, as I mentioned that our mind, so we practice to free from attachment, to free from hatred, then can channelize the mind the right way. Through that, we can realize the nature of emptiness, all-pervading emptiness. When you're like walking in the Madhyamaka, Mula Madhyamaka by Nagarjuna, there's one chapter analysis on the going, coming and going. So when you walk this way, no, to analyze where's the real walking. If you investigate every dust particle of the walking, then even you are moving this other leg, this past is past, it's gone, not here. This future is not come yet here. And that present moment also, if you divide all the particles of the time, there's no independent in between particle of time. So that you realize when we practice the subtle impermanence. Like a river is running, When the river is running, we go next day, and I will say, all my friends at that time, I saw this river yesterday. Okay. Actually, the river I saw the yesterday water is gone somewhere else. What I'm seeing now is a different water. See, but I'm so deluded, not knowing what that is. So I said, I saw this river yesterday. Yes, this is really the river I saw yesterday. If somebody says, no, you haven't seen this river, I say, oh yes, I saw it. I have some witness, with several friends, I came here and saw this river. So no. So I will debate that way, But in reality, the river I saw yesterday, the water is gone. So we are how we are muted that way, all phenomena. So there comes the attachment. There comes the resentment. Not knowing momentary nature. Not without having awareness. So if I realize the water, what I saw yesterday is gone, it's different now. Because that sometimes you see river is big, sometimes you see small. And sometimes we say, oh yes, last year I saw this river was so big, now it's very small, So by knowing that every moment is passing, and then the in-between there's left nothing. So that nature is all-pervading emptiness. We haven't met that impermanence. We haven't met that all-pervading emptiness, but it is that way. How that phenomena is constituted. So that wisdom becomes kind of very powerful, so powerful that penetrates all the phenomena in an instant moment, in every part. Therefore, that, as yesterday I was telling, that same first moment is the cause for the second moment. So the second moment is cause for the third moment. So every moment becomes a cause and effect. When I suffer, the suffering is a result of some kind of non-virtuous action. But that suffering can be also cause for more suffering or for happiness, depending how we use it. The small suffering I have, that can be a cause of a big suffering in my mind. Or that suffering can be a very wonderful cause for the enlightenment. So there's a circle that cause and effect, circle. Endless, that's called endless. So depending what we use, that brings the next effect. That comes the continuity. That comes the, like I say, day after day, year after year, life after life. Continuity brings that. But that very continuity nature is all-pervading emptiness. So emptiness is not something nihilist, you see. It's not something kind of negating, or we're not negating. So this is exists now, I just make it not happen, It's not that kind of emptiness. See? So here now, maybe we should little bit. Also, this can be applied to our practice of experience of death too. When we say there's no death, so that's what is called no death means. Sometimes we call no death, no what? Non-aging, non-aging, non-sickness, non-death. It comes from this teaching. See, when you investigate that way, realize this nature, that is also a gross kind of perception. Aging is a gross perception. Sickness is a gross perception. So when you go more subtle and subtle in that every moment, there's no aging, no death, no sickness. See? So then that continuity nature, all-pervading nature is same. So there comes the fearlessness, confidence. See? This is kind of a little subtle, So therefore, meditation practice is very important. Intellectually, how much we investigate, how much we can be very expressive, but practically cannot experience it. How smart that person may be in the investigation, in the kind of analytical system, but practical cannot experience that result. So in order to experience the result of that, we need to practice meditation. Becomes very important. That's should be by the practice of the mind. And mind, as I mentioned before many times, is a very hidden subject because it has no form. So the technology cannot measure the formless mind. So that can be only experienced through meditation practice with correct understanding. Yeah. Now shall we do some short meditation? Yeah. So first, please take as the dew and the bubble as an example. See the dew on the blade of grass. and it's very fragile, so unstable. As soon as one drops on the ground, it's not exist there. The form what they do is not there. Similar, the bubble in the water, running water, instantly rises and dies in an instant. Generally, all phenomena are in that nature. Particularly our life, we just depend on a short breath, very momentary, very fragile. Now first we feel fortunate and develop joy getting this kind of opportunity, the wisdom that we get through these teachings, practices. Through this wisdom, awareness, then we penetrate nature of all these phenomena as a momentary instant. So first for a few moments, 5 minutes, please just recollect that we have discussed and contemplate on that meaning of the as a dew and bubble. Thank you. So you can keep this in permanence. This every moment, especially when you drive. What's it there? What called? The wheel. What do you call the wheel? Huh?
Steering wheel?
No, that
Tires.
tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you drive, how the tire, speeds, so fast, So that speed of the tires is a good example of impermanence. Well, this retreat is about the illusory body practice as well as the ngondo. So in the illusory body we have been discussing last for 3 days, magic and dreams, echoes and reflections, dew and bubble. So these are as we did the discussion, that these are the example that in the world, all people communicate. So these are the illusion. It's a magic show. It's an illusion. Dream. It's just dream, not real. And echo. So it's just echo. We don't make sense, or we don't make so importance on that, whether it's saying good things or bad things. And also as well as the reflection on our reflections in the mirror. We don't so much make importance on that. Similar to dew in a bubble, that's very momentary, very transitory nature. Just we say this is not really substantial. It's just illusion. So this way, in our life, we can see the first is our study practice. It's nice. We know it's very obvious. We to free from suffering, confusion, particularly, and to attain a state for kind of useful, helpful this life, next life, for ourselves, for others. This is the very purpose of our making effort and this kind of field. And purpose of our life is to bring more peace, happiness. That's the purpose of our life. And because that we work so hard in different way, we sacrifice so much. And some people just see, who are like the mountain climbers, who climbs the mountain, how much they sacrifice here. They sacrifice their life, they don't know they will come back or not. And by, like skiing, like snow ski, isn't it? And sometimes the boat in the river, what do you call that?
Rafting.
Whitewater rafting.
Whitewater rafting?
Yeah, so like a river running from the mountain. And you put the boat in that, they just, go with, with that. Kayak?
A rowboat?
Yeah.
Yeah, kayak.
Kayak. So like this, see. I think they're doing something for peace and happiness. For fun, is for happiness, So she's excited. It's true, I like it, But how much risk is there? If we practice Dharma that way, I feel like enlightenment will be not so difficult. Just risk your life, You will be alive or not in the next moment, you don't know. But you're doing it. So hopefully not die, But that kind of strength there, So this all these different risk, these things are just we're doing. Just putting our all time energy in that. So for this all things are doing for some kind of for happiness, kind of for excitement, despite all those risks, or sacrificing all those risks, So here we are spending this kind of time here now. We are doing something, struggling something here. How to understand, how to practice, So we are doing something in a different way. So this also for also for peace, happiness, So therefore, what we are doing here is to know the cause of happiness, identifying what really happiness is, what really suffering is. Just more kind of going depth of those meaning. So it's not just in the surface. It's very obvious. It's not just in the surface. There's much more profound, more complex. Because, as usually I mention, our mind is very complex. The nature of the mind is very sophisticated, very hidden subject. Therefore, these all subjects makes the complex, sophisticated. So we are making effort to dig that out, to understand that. So we are just touching in the root cause of the suffering and happiness, not just only for temporary, but for ultimate state. And so we have reason to feel fortunate. And this is such a kind of gentle way, very smooth, Every step we take is always positive. Always kind of there's a progress. This progress is a noun, a verb. So in the life we see, we face the aging, sickness, death is inevitable. Inexorably we face this sooner or later. So when we're aging, say, like in a gross level, when we age, we can't see well, can't hear well. Food doesn't taste as used to be, and cannot digest food well, what you ate. And physically kind of get sore very easily. When you're young, you can run here and there, play a lot of those like football or volleyball, baseball, or tennis. You can play those for a whole day, still you're fine. But now when we get old, you just play for 5-10 minutes, and you're full of sore, ache, So that kind of aging. So more and more when we aged, and more kind of depression brings and gets sick more easily. When you are young, teenage, like those times, even you are a little bit sick, you still find you run here and there, But now when you get old, if you're sick, very painful. A small headache makes you lay down on the bed, powerless, kind of, lose interest, doing a lot of things. So these are very obvious here, that all just see when you go to old people's, what you call, nursing house, just see those, there. And even they're not sick, but as soon as they get old, then they're kind of lack of doing a lot of things, and very clumsy, difficult to sit down, difficult to stand up, difficult to walk, So this is inevitable. It seems like depressing when we talk about, but it's inevitable. We'll face through that, So this kind of illusory body teachings, when we have practice, particularly practice we have, and that aging doesn't affect. Physically maybe aging, but mentally so confidence. Mental power is there. No fear. This that. So without these teachings, no matter how modern, medical, powerful there may be, powerful technology may be, everything you can done with pushing buttons, but still will not give us a real comfort, peace, happiness in the life. So because this reason, these teachings are become so relevant, useful. That's why the Buddha escaped the kingdom. That's the last time we have discussions. Not out of hatred, the kingdom, but out of great wisdom, great compassion, to show this path to the sentient beings, how we can really free from the suffering of aging, suffering of sickness, suffering of death. Now, while we are facing aging, sickness, death, so therefore there's a lot of discussions or teachings about the suffering of aging, suffering of death, suffering of sickness. It's not to depress people, it's not to scare people, but just identify, warning, before we face these kind of unavoidable circumstances, prepare ahead. It takes time to do that, to prepare that. It's not just to push the button. It's have to work with mind, practice. So therefore, bring out now, when we have a ability to practice the Dharma, it's not just to please somebody. It's something that we have to work, within how to be sincere by ourselves. Even when we're young, healthy, when we encounter afflictive emotions, so then we kind of feel desperate, No more when we're aged, kind of desperate, it's more there, So, like the suffering of aging, like that, sickness. When we get sick, then no power, all the complexion of the body is changed, the face is changed, and kind of, then you have to do all what the doctor says. Even you don't like it, so now, doctor said you have to do it, So that kind of, no lost independent, your freedom. As well as experience of death. So much there. A lot of depression. But no choice. Therefore, in our dedication prayer, we have, may I die joyfully, happily, in the luminosity of the mind. So realizing this, what is called luminosity of the mind, means mind free from all the boundaries. As yesterday we were talking about, says we are in some sort of very small kind of world. We are trapped in that, just going round and around there, and could not get out of that, and we suffer constantly one after another. So these teachings helps to break through that, and see whole reality, nature phenomena. So these are very important to recollect the suffering of samsara. We forget always, So that's why recollection becomes very important. So, as you see in the prayer flag, a song by Lord Jigten Sungwen, clarifying the recollections. It is. See, his disciple, Rinchen Tak, his very close disciple, Rinchen Tak, even though he was very close to Lord Jigten Sungwen, one of the attendant. But at the time of death, I think he forgot the practice teaching. So the Lord Jigten Sungwen reminded him, So these are now, you have studied now, recollect them. See. So even we are practitioner, every day we practice Dharma, but sometimes I think we forget what we are doing, So recollection becomes very important. So Buddha, by the start, by renouncing the kingdom and achieve the enlightenment, Buddhahood, that which is realization of the mind, and explain all these teachings to all other beings, that to everybody, shared everybody. So he said, Dharma is not belong to somebody. Dharma is belong to every sentient beings. For all the sentient beings. Buddha taught for every sentient beings. But it's not my Dharma, it's not your Dharma, everybody. See, because it's explained the law of the constitution of all phenomena. It's relevant at the time of Buddha, more than 2,500 years ago. It's still relevant now, and it will be relevant as long as samsara exists. So see those important things in our life. Then, therefore, we have reason to be feeling fortunate, not taking as a granted, and make effort. When we make effort, when we practice illusion, this as illusory, all phenomena as illusion, and not only just get benefit for ourselves, but will give benefit for many others, including our friends, relatives, families, all can give. It is said in the teaching, in the Dharma, in the samsara, people are very affectionate to their family, but they don't know how to give the affection. Sometimes they give a wrong affection. A misleading affection brings into suffering. So if we give affection through the Dharma practice, and that will give them true sense kind of happiness, peace, for temporary basis and in the future to attain complete enlightenment. So this is how to be really affectionate and caring. Sometimes they may not agree with you. That's fine, if they don't agree, when we know this is the right thing to do, then we no need to, at that moment. But after some time, for long run, then they will appreciate. Then they will say how wonderful that person was. So we don't need to feel that have to change at that moment. If we just keep doing right thing. So with this, today we come to the illusory body. There's 8 examples. Today is the seventh and eighth, those two, mirage and rainbow. You need to open the side door. Yeah, if you like to, make, if you feel hot, or maybe need some air. Okay. Then this says mirage and rainbows. Mirages and rainbows appear but do not really exist. Sometimes we seem to see a river floating on a wide desert, but it does not really exist. So this shows where we perceive, as we have discussions on this widely, where we perceive and how it exists is a two different happens. When you see in a desert, white desert, where there's a heat, maybe you see like a water river floating. We perceive as a river floating, but in reality it not exists there. Not only that, also say in the summer when you drive in the street you see as like maybe a rain maybe fall right just few moments ago, like there's no water in there, but when you drive farther it just disappears, So that's also mirage. This also, everything's what we perceive is like a mirage. Seems very real, just there. Where we think, where we see, where we hear. But in reality, it's like a mirage. Mirage, what we perceive, it is non-existence. But what we perceive, what we see, that is also, we see something. Without mirage, we can't see it, isn't it? We can't see mirage everywhere, We see in certain place, certain time. So that shows mirage is also depends on causes and conditions. It's not something, nothing at all. That is also depends on causes and conditions. As we see these other things. But in the immediate moment, since we cannot utilize, we cannot get benefit, then we say mirage is illusion. It's illusion. It's not real. It's not real water. Because we don't get immediate some kind of benefit. But that depends on causes and conditions. Hallucination too depends on causes and conditions. Without causes and conditions, you cannot see hallucination. So when you don't realize this is a hallucination, you just think this is such real, You say wonderful or not wonderful. You see something, there. Sometimes you are completely involved with that. Then when you realize it's a hallucination, it's so hard, you just wake up from there. So same thing, mirage. They said in the summer, a lot of animals in the desert, they see the mirage as a water, and they chase the mirage. Just day and day, then they die. The same as is similar to our desire. We chase the mirage of our desire. We chase and chase and chase. There's no complete satisfaction we get, and then we die. So it's chasing the mirage of our desire. So the mirage is rise to the cause of the sand, desert sand, and then the heat wave, and then the breeze, the wind blows. So with this combination, the mirage rises. Just by only desert, you won't see mirage. Just by only wind blows, you won't see the mirage. Just by only sunshine, a heat wave will not see mirage. But through these causes and conditions, mirage rises. So this is what we, in our world, what we see, are like, dislike, this all depends on the causes and conditions. That way then manifest things due to the force of our karma. You know, we created karma to reflect that, to experience that, whether good or bad. Then we perceive it as a real, fully involved there. Then we create a lot of more karma cause to experience happiness or suffering. Now, if you see as a mirage, just see there, but not a real, then doesn't affect us. Like as soon as when you realize this is mirage, you won't pay attention. You don't make it very important. So you feel independent, kind of not affected by that. So all this, what we perceive,